Thursday, September 14th. So you know what that means. Tomorrow is the season opener. But I'm not going to be hunting it because I'm going to have another hand surgery. About 6 weeks ago now, I degloved my ring finger. We were making a lot of good progress. It took me 3 weeks to be able to shoot my bow again. And the 2 weeks after that, I steadily increased some exercises, and lo and behold, I ruptured some tendons in that finger. So, having surgery tomorrow on opening day, so the irony is awesome. So, no biggie. It's going to put me back a few weeks, maybe on into November. We'll find out. But what I am doing is I'm going to show you how I'm getting prepared to come out of this, and I'm going to talk a little bit about gear. So gear-wise, we're going to talk about sights and broadheads. So I've been using this very sight for at least 9 years, I think 10 though. I bought my first Hoyt bow at 17 or 18, and I bought this sight with it. I have tried many sights, but I have always come back to that one. It's just my favorite one. It's bright enough. I just love the single pin standing up, and I like being able to adjust to the exact range, because if I'm adjusting more than 40 yards or so, I usually have a little bit more time. I know a lot of people don't like having to adjust it. That's cool. I generally just, in the majority of the time, if I'm taking a longer shot where I have to adjust past 40, I've got the time to do it. If it's at 40 yards or under, I always run with the sight set on 30 yards, and I just know if it's at 20, shoot a little low. If it's at 40, shoot a little high. But anyway, since I'm having surgery on this hand, I thought that this time, since I'm coming back after a second surgery, I probably don't need to push it as hard, so I've dropped the weight on my bow, and I pulled the sight off, left it the same, because if I heal up like I did the last time, I'm going to crank the bow back up. But for now, I've cranked it down, and luckily I had a spare black gold, and this is a 3-pin mover, but luckily with the dropped weight in the bow, and my arrow weight's only like 460, it's nothing too crazy, I'm still able to get 50 yards out of the sight without ever having to move it. So I'll have 30, 40, 50. You can probably see my pin is set there on 50. So that means 30, 40, 50, and then I can scroll the sight to move and use this bottom pin as 60 through 100. So that's how that works. I'm not going to even worry about that, because with the lower poundage, the bow's still shooting awesome, but I'll definitely won't shoot a deer past 50 yards with this. So I'm kind of treating it as a static 3-pin mover for now. That's what I'm doing for a sight. Like I said, as soon as the doctor clears me to take the splint off and have pressure on this hand, I'm going hunting that day. So I'm just doing all this right now, the day before surgery, to make sure as soon as I get the go ahead, I'm in the woods. Other thing, broadheads. I'm shooting 2. I always carry 2 in my quiver. I always carry a fixed blade and an expandable. Just for me, it's always been 3 fixed blades, 2 expandables. There's no rhyme or reason to that. I just like fixed blades. Most of the time I shoot deer 20 yards and under, but I've shot them as far as 107 yards. So I will take some far shots, and when I do that, if it's a good environment, you know, it's calm, deer's eating or something like that, it's in an open field, most of the time I've got plenty of time to gauge the environment and decide if I'm going to take the shot. With that, I've got time to range it, move it to the specific yardage, and switch out to expandable broadhead, just so I can avoid any wind drift with these things, because even if it flies good, I'd still, for distance, rather send an expandable downrange. Anyway, enough rambling. So what I'm doing today, we're going to shoot this muzzy at 40 yards, and that's kind of my checkpoint for now. I will keep pushing and shoot it at 50 and test it there, but for now, I just always tend to check my fixed blades at 40 yards and see how they perform right next to my fill points. So we'll see here. And something to note, if you ever want to let the weight down in these Mathews bows, it's awesome, but there is a lot more string noise. So that's something to take note of. All right, first shot down range, looks good. I still am a little funny with having multiple pins. It does throw me off a little bit, because I think I've just gotten so used to staring at, you know, a straight up and down pin So this does throw me. So I don't tend to shoot as tight with these, but I'll do my best. Another good shot. See if we can get 3 good ones for the camera. All right, not too bad of a group. Let's go look at it and talk about it. Sorry, this camera mount is a little funny. All right, make sure we're still recording here. So, all right, we're at 3 shots, 40 yards. To recap, I dropped the weight of my bow. I switched to a different sight. It's a 3-pin mover. I'm gonna stop myself at 50 yards until I crank the bow back up. And I just test shot a Muzzy 3-blade, 100 grain. I have my surgery tomorrow, so hopefully I can heal up in 3 to hoping for 6 weeks and be able to shoot this bow, which is why I dropped the poundage down. As soon as I get that splint off, I'm heading to the woods. So day before surgery, I'm just making sure the equipment's good to go and reliable. That way I can get in the woods without having to do this. I'll do a check shoot. I'll shoot the bow at 40 yards, check it, make sure we're good, and I'll go. So let's check this Muzzy group out at 40 yards. I've definitely had better broadhead groups, and the broadhead is here in the center. So that's definitely a little bit of me moving, but I've got 2 great shots that I'd be very comfortable with. And again, we're talking Vital V. That's the way I see it. I'm definitely cool with them being tucked in a little bit more on the shoulder, but not too far into that. So this makes me comfortable. This one, I don't love it, but you know, we might be lucky and clip some hard on that. But anyway, that's a good enough group for me to go hunting. And if a deer is at 40 yards and in the right condition, I'll take my time, take the shot. I'm definitely gonna keep shooting this afternoon and make sure I'm good with this setup, especially the sight. But the broadhead performs good. I can make sure my confidence is up. I can assure you that 20 and 30, I'm great. 40, I definitely want to tighten that up a little bit. But hey, you know, a lot of old school guys did the softball or baseball or even the pie plate trick, so I think we're good. So I will keep these videos updated as much as I can while I'm going through occupational therapy. And as soon as I get in the woods, you will definitely see a video with me hunting. So hopefully sometime in October, I'll be posting that one up. So between now and then, you'll see me a few times, and hope I heal up just fine. I'm sure I will, and film some cool action. So we'll see y'all next time.